be saved.
You bet.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We now move on to item 5B, which is a proclamation from Vice President Ellenberg.
It is. Thank you. This proclamation is being presented in conjunction with a resolution that I anticipate our board will adopt during item 28 later today, declaring January Disrupting the School to Prison Pipeline Month. It is my honor to present two members of the Juvenile Court Aligned Action Network's Youth Advisory Council with this proclamation. They are Estefani Herrera and Aydeth Rameriz. Before I invite them to speak, I'm going to share the language that's included in the proclamation. Whereas the Youth Advisory Council, young adults committed to sharing their expertise from engagement in the juvenile justice system to inspire hope among youth currently involved in the juvenile justice system and encourage positive system change within the juvenile justice system, proposed proclaiming a Disrupt the School to Prison Pipeline Month to highlight the importance of investing in the education of justice-involved students. Whereas education is essential to the success of Santa Clara County youth and all youth, regardless of race, religion, language, immigration status, gender identity, sexual orientation, developmental or physical abilities, justice involvement, or income, must receive an education that promotes equity, success in life and career, and a lifelong love of learning. And whereas the challenges experienced by juvenile justice involved students occur along lines of racial and socioeconomic disparities, as students engaged in the juvenile justice challenges have only been exacerbated by the pandemic, which hit our low-income Black and Brown communities the hardest, whereas education is the system that we want to see youth engaged and thriving in, and engagement and success in school can predict success later in college and career. And whereas it is essential to the justice system involved students and the county's overall health to provide these youth with supports and assistance needed for timely graduation and for meaningful post-secondary education, for example, community college, certificated training programs, and four-year institutions, now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Supervisors of the County of Santa Clara does hereby declare January 2023 as Disrupting the School to Prison Pipeline Month.
Better off, better community because of you. And we thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, everybody. All right, let's move on to item number 7.
Supervisor Wasserman, if you don't mind,
yes.
Would you please recognize Estefani Herrera?
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Estefani, Jess, will you please? There she is. Hi, Estefani. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Go right ahead, please.
Okay, before I start, I do want to apologize for the inconvenience. We were having some technical difficulties. But
not a problem. So excited you're here.
That happens.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Supervisor Ellenberg. Hi, my name is Estefani. I have been a co-chair of JCAAN and a youth justice consultant for the Youth Advisory Council at Fresh Lifelines of Youth since 2019. I believe this proclamation will bring acknowledgement of how justice-engaged students face more barriers when they are transitioning back into school after being incarcerated. I'm grateful the board is recognizing the lack of tools and resources justice-involved youth receive. I hope in recognizing this proclamation, we push for changes for young people and advocate by taking real action in supporting them to successfully graduate from school and end the school to prison pipeline. We began working on this project during the pandemic, and the community has came together to get this passed. Organizations from all over the county have come together to recognize this important piece of work. This proclamation is just the beginning. There's still a lot of work to do, but this is a step in the right direction. I believe our education system needs to be more loving in order for these students and these situations to succeed. We are capable of doing this if we all continue to work together. I'm here again advocating for the youth in our community who haven't had an easy route into school, and I really encourage you to adapt this proclamation and do all you can to create pathways to success for all of our students. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Estefani, and I apologize for mispronouncing your name. And I love that you said that the education system needs to be more loving. I can't think of a better mandate for us. So thank you so much. And thank you for persisting through the tech challenge.
Of course. And I'm actually going to pass it to my partner, Aydeth,
Great.
who has been working on this project with me.
Hello, everyone. My name is Aydeth. I've been a member of the Youth Advisory Council as well since 2019. And I'm also a member on the co-chair of JCAAN. My family's first language is Spanish. Growing up, my parents were unaware of how my education was going to be due to the lack of communication from the schools. The schools didn't put in the effort, even though my parents tried as much as they could. Once a teacher said to my class, "You are the Latino Mexicans who don't graduate." I remember just being in 8th grade. Later that year, he refused to actually let my class graduate from 8th grade. Why? Because my class stole a bag of lifesavers from a closet while he was out on vacation. For that offense, we were all banned from walking during 8th grade graduation or being in the yearbook at all. These are just some of the barriers that young people face in the school systems due to the system's neglecting communication with the child's guardian, taking matters into their own hands without parental guardian consent, as well as creating a toxic environment where a child will no longer feel safe due to the staff's intimidation. Thank you to the efforts of my team and the Board of Supervisors for bringing awareness and bringing us to the table to discuss this issue.
Absolutely. Thank you, Vice President Ellenberg. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll now move on to item number 7, which is public comment, which is the opportunity